Hello, hello, this is Dead Hamster, and we are back, trying couple days there with the issues with my computer, unfortunately, but that is all fixed and behind us, so we are back and running for the most part. A few systems still offline, but we're going to get those up and running very shortly as well, Chatbot, for example, and some other minor things, but for the most part, the whole computer is back up and together. So today we're going to continue back up where we had left off. We were starting to build a city-type level, and I'd made a lot of bad decisions, but I'm able to fix those. It wasn't so much bad decisions, it was just bad direction with those. So I'm going to be able to kind of restructure a lot of the buildings and understand what it was that I was trying to do and actually get that done. What's going on, Shy Guy? Yeah, the only person here at the moment. Hello, hello. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started on that, what we were working on last time, and pick up again on that city-type level, what we were doing before. So I'll go ahead and switch to that here. How's your day been going, by the way? Good? Yeah, it's still midday. People are probably still working and things like that. I'm sure it's not the best time for most people, but for me it is. Right, so a couple things. Well, I guess I can get rid of these roads too. I won't need those. Alright, so we're going to go back to mesh here, and we're going to weld these two together. Weld these together. Two parts to this. There's that, and then there's this little side chunk of the sidewalk. Definitely don't want that missing. We're going to do the same thing here. I missed, so we are going to turn on our snaps so that we don't have to deal with that. On our verts only. Seems like most of my keyboard shortcuts are working for 3ds Max, but was at least one or two that seemed to be off, so we'll see how that goes. It's always frustrating when you go to hit a button and it doesn't do what you expect. Yes, for the most part it's going to be very open, but I'm about to make a lot of adjustments that are going to close off, like that part right there, this part right there, this part here, possibly this part here, but no, not that one. So I'm about to close off several sections that'll make it so you can't navigate the entire thing, but it is intended to be at least somewhat open to give you multiple paths to go through. So there's not necessarily one single route that you have to take. You just have to get to this tunnel. That's the goal. You just have to find some way over to here. But now that this part is all patched up, I'll actually start to take care of that as well. So a few of these blocks I'm going to connect and build straight through so that the player isn't able to navigate across. Need to do the same thing where we build up the sides and the top. So, really though, it's not even a point building up there. How much do I want to delete? All the way up to here? Probably. Because we're going to be connecting this, so... snaps back off. What's going on here? What happened to my mouse? Oh, that stupid thing. Yeah, let's turn that off right now. Selection lock toggle. Yeah, that's gone. There we go. Yeah, it's some annoying thing. They default it. Yeah, so that you can't get through. I've been starting to use a few of those just for convenience, but for this I might have to use. I was kind of planning on it for this stuff. So I'll just put up some barriers that look like it's blocking you, and then put up a wall to just truly prevent the player from even getting close to the barriers. So, if I put a wall up right here, and then put up like some road signs behind them, you'll get blocked, and it'll look like, the player can't proceed forward. As opposed to actually trying to rely on keeping the player in bounds. Okay. Now these buildings I also kind of want to be a lot taller. I don't think I did quite too much justice to them. Go. Pull that up a bit more as well. And close all these up. That height, I can get rid of these for certain as well. I'll keep this even though I probably don't need it. I'm just looking at the course, thinking about where it's starting, thinking about where I want to try to block off and things like that. So the idea, I guess, is that it starts right here. But I suppose it'd be better if it started over there, and if this was somehow blocked. So I guess that's what we'll have to do. Turn on my snaps again. Build out these. Oh, and the snaps go off. Speaking of welds, I should go back and fix up the one we just built before I get too far ahead of myself. These won't be too pretty. Guess that's all on this side, right? Let's check this side. 2, 4, 4, not 5. Ooh, the blue. I like the blue. No vertices. What am I looking at? Oh, okay, that I don't want. Good, maybe. So then how... join everybody and talk and be seen again. But until then, oh no, I can be heard apparently. Camera's still out. There we go. Now he's back. Alright, why? Nope, no. I gotta figure out what I want to do with these tunnels too, because they're way too big. I don't want those to be as large as they are. So I guess I should take care of those now. Reattach them. Should have made better decisions the first time. That's what I should have done. This. It won't be so bad. And that part works. Nope. Select that. Okay, that works. Yeah, that I like. So then we delete this one. It's a little more squat. It makes the buildings look a little more like buildings. It doesn't make sense when the tunnel's the same size that they are. Build things that big. Nice, like the Bowser. Delete that. Take all of this. I'm gonna move it down here. Deal with it little by little. Four, that's what we want. 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Those aren't even close. Come on. What are you doing to me here? Alrighty. Nope. Why is that? Oh, pull this back. Alright, much better. Do better still. Perfect. So, continuing on my delete spree, merge this together. There we go. That works. Turn on our snaps. Turn off our snaps. That is an interesting amount of distance between those. Now it's less. They also line up in a much weirder pattern. I was wondering why the sizes didn't seem to mesh. They should fit. There. Yep. See, now we're coming right together. Turn on snaps. Nice and easy. Okay. Oh. Continuing to build out the sidewalk now. Missed one. I did that with snaps. So it did. Okay. That. Patch back to mesh. Take these and just drag them. Whoa. Snaps off. Drag them up. There we go. So I'll block off here where you won't be able to go past. Suppose I could just pull up a fence around that. Block off. Brick wall there, I guess. What I'm doing here is a wall. Is what's going to support the overpass, so to speak. Not support it, but it's going to go up there. Hey, Edmund, what's going on? Welcome. Still working on the city level. Some changes, adjustments. Alright, so back to this. So there's a whole bunch of different ways you can hook things up, right? The way that I have, and let me actually grab the cables that I have to show you. Give me just a second. So I have another cable for my audio, but that's not relevant here. Pretend that your capture card also does audio. Mine doesn't, so I have to split it again. This is what the N64 plugs into. Instead of plugging into my television or plugging into a VCR or plugging into the computer or whatever it might be, it plugs into this. This splits. I bought this off of Amazon or eBay or whatever for like 10 bucks. It splits into two. So now I have two sets. One set goes to the television. The other set goes into my capture card. So before it ever hits the computer, before it ever hits the capture card, it's split in half. One half goes to the TV, the other half goes to the card, and that doesn't lose any speed. So as long as you're using a setup like that, where you're not running it through the computer, you won't have any issues. It's the same thing as using your TV and running it through a VCR, for example. At least it should be, the way analog works. I don't know how new TVs process analog signals, or it won't be any more than your TV is already lagging. It won't add anything. Absolutely. Yeah, the setups can be confusing sometimes. There's a lot of hardware you have to kind of look into and find, and everyone has different stuff, and everyone recommends the stuff that they specifically have. Um, but no, it's a lot of fun too, though. So definitely look into it and figure out what you need to get. Okay, so here's the starting line. This is the tunnel that's going to take you up and then back down through this tunnel. Speaking of which, these need to be closed. Preston. Definitely clicked on actual things, but whatever. none of it matters anyway. It's all screwed up, isn't it? Yeah, that's one done. Cool. Alright, I'll figure out how to fix that. I guess, yeah, I don't have to. Gotta do this. That takes care of my problems. Excuse me. If I make it correctly, it takes care of my problems. Alright, that should be good. Okay. Excuse me. Hey, Litro, what's going on? Welcome. No, I'll still be up for a little while. Alright, let's take a closer look at this. That side and here. We just flattened it without left, right? Ooh, where were you, where was your trip? Where were you headed? I did that. So this would be better. Okay, turn the snaps off. Yeah, it took a couple days, unfortunately, as it always does for me in Windows, but we're all set now. Oh, nice. That's fun. Sounds like a good time. You know, I feel like I've asked, but now I don't remember if I have. Whereabouts in the world are you? Are you somewhere near Germany, or I don't know what how German you mean by German culture? Say Pennsylvania is German culture. Yeah, that's very German. Gotcha. Very cool. One of my friends has family that, they trace their family back to Germany some way or another. And whenever we're watching something and it displays some type of like stereotypical German, like whatever kind of funny things in comedy or other movies like that or cartoons or whatever, he always gets upset and he's like, "Oh no, that's not blah 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 and this and that," and that, and it's not even like it's he's getting angry about it or anything like that, but it's just like annoys him on some level. I can always tell, and I always thought that I always get a kick out of that. I don't know why. Making me think that now. Nope, that's technically 4 players just playing through versus mode on infinite laps for infinite amount of time. I have a cheat where they're set to it sets the lap counter back to 0, just constantly every frame. That's a good one. Yep. I think of like the Beer Fest movies, for example. But like when you're watching a movie and then like the evil villain is, some silly German guy with some ridiculous accent, like, that's stereotypical, German supervillain or whatever. And my friend will be like, why is it always got to be a German? Why can't it be, some other guy, blah blah blah, this or that? And it's not like he's actually, again, it's just something funny. I always notice he's, going off on. Yeah, no, again, I always think about that. I think you've said, yep, the emulator's running each frame, yeah. Second screen over there, one of my second screens. Got a couple now. I'm so happy. That's why I got my video card, so that I could have 2 extra monitors, and real nice for streaming, because I can have my stream going, my OBS going, and then something else off to the side is not on stream, and that's nice too. So the city continues. Yep. Oh, especially if I don't have the stream going, especially, it's so I have a movie playing, sometimes YouTube and a movie at the same time, because I get bored of the movie. I'm in a slow part, so I want to watch something on YouTube real quick. I'm terrible. Hey, Seo, hello. Welcome. I saw your Fire Mario stuff. That was pretty cool. That was a very well made character. Those are a lot of work. I don't do characters because they're a lot of work. So congratulations on that. That's definitely something to be proud of. Cool stuff. New York City themed. Yeah, you could call it that. Sure, it's city themed. I'm thinking New York as I'm building it, but I'm not obviously modeling any specific part. But yeah, it's definitely a very urban themed city level. Um, So I don't live too far from New York City myself. I don't go very often, not nearly as often as I should, considering how close it is, rather, but been enough times that I get that kind of vibe. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It's a lot of work. It's not fun. Yeah, you'll get the urge eventually. It'll come, you'll get an idea for a character, whatever it might be. You'll want to eventually get to do all that work, but there's a lot of frames. A lot of frames for a lot of animations. Very interesting setup. Without being able to automate that, yeah, it's a rough time. Yeah, really. Especially when they see this. Everyone's gonna be like, wait, is that? And we'll be like, no, it's not. My bit is that, like, Micro has already done all the work, like, to make it happen, and there's just some glitches and things like that, and then the display lists. I made all the display lists, he has to get those to work, and he has a script already that does it, so it's like, he's busy all the time, though. Life is very crazy for him. So it's like, do I want to redo all that work? Or do I just want to be patient and wait for him to eventually get around to it? So far, it's been like, yeah, I got other things to do. But eventually, I hope that he'll get some time. Yep. Oh yeah. Definitely would. People will definitely want to see it and play it. I feel like eventually I'll be bothered enough to do it. It's also just because that's not a small amount of work. I mean, I got to figure out how to shove it into the game somehow and fit everything together and call the right stuff. It's not impossible. It's just a little bit of work. And he's already finished and done it. So it's like, man, do I really want to do all that stuff that he already did? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Just because doesn't have the time right now to do it. That's the tough gig. Yeah, Tetrabit was very excited to use to get Micro's video there. I was not upset, but I was surprised that no one reached out. Maybe he reached out to Micro and talked to him, and I just don't know about it. But I would have thought that he would have reached out and gotten in touch with somebody. I don't know how he does his research, though, what he does to figure everything out. Oh yeah, I like the interest. I think overall it was pretty good. I don't know if you're talking about the first one or the one he just did a week ago or whatever it was. There wasn't anything like terribly wrong that I saw. Unless you remember something, I'd love to note, but yeah, I feel like there was more that he could have gotten. That was definitely my big thing, is there was a lot of other stuff that was in that leak that I was like, no, but there's this and there's that. Why didn't you talk about this? And you could have mentioned that. And there was a lot of those things for sure that I definitely wish that he had gotten in touch with some of us first. Myself, Triclon, really myself or Triclon. It would have been nice for him to have gotten in touch with one of us. Maybe Triclon more than myself, honestly. He's done a lot of digging through that beta and that leak. Not that I haven't, but he's done a lot. So with all these big gaps, I'm going to put in invisible walls and then put like fake barriers behind them to make it look like you can't go that way, and then the wall absolutely stops you from actually going that way. I think that's a good good way to handle that. Gotcha. Yeah, there was a lot of those. There definitely was a lot of those. The items, too. Like, I can definitely speculate very well what a lot of those items did. There was one item state called Storm, where everybody gets squished. I'm pretty positive that was for the thwomps. It doesn't make sense as storm, but that weight, that 100 kilogram weight, I'm very positive that just squished all the other players like the Lightnings do. Alas, I can't speculate now. He's already made his video. Like, I would be shocked if it was anything but that. I would be very, very surprised. I've been shocked before, but I would be shocked today. Okay. So, yeah, some type of guardrail, basically, just going across, kind of like they use in town. Might even use that bitmap just to kind of mess with people. And, yeah, using that as a kind of barrier. I'm just going to drag a wall right up, though, an invisible wall, and then put that barrier behind it. Yep. Yeah, considering the shells originally made you spin out, I wonder if the one of the other items, the marbles or the there was something else in there too. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Would have done the current shell thing where it actually hits you in the air, because I guess originally the shells had the banana effect when you got hit. Interesting to think. What I'm interested for is, and what this is, once the new and I'm probably going to make a quicker patch. Instead of waiting for objects, which I am very close to, I'm probably going to release a halfway patch. Because I should be able to expand the header now, the way I'm thinking about writing things. I shouldn't be locked into place the way I am now. So anyway, point being that I'm going to probably do a quicker update sometime soon, because I'm really, really excited about the changes in rendering, where I organize everything by texture, and I only load the texture one time. I think that is going to make a huge difference to performance, and I'm really excited to see what that does for the performance on console, so to speak. So, yeah, random off note, tangent or whatever, but yeah, very excited for that. Okay, so see. Few of the barriers. Right, this area is open and traversable. each texture. Right now, each object calls the texture once because that was the easiest way to do it and to write the algorithm and to write the code for it, right? Is that every object is modular. It loads the texture that it needs to load, sets the parameters for the, the sizes and everything, and then draws the triangles as it loads verts. And then when I get to a new object, I do the same thing. That way, every time I have to call an object, I know that that object is going to get drawn properly. And every time I draw the object with the program, I draw the same exact thing. And that's also how Mario Kart does it. Like, that's how, as far as I know, Nintendo does it in other games as well. That's how you do it. But instead, what I'm doing now is I wrote a display list that just loads a texture and sets the parameters. And then all the objects are just 3D code. So at the beginning of the display list, if a texture needs to be drawn, I call the texture load, I draw all the objects, and then I go on to the next texture, so to speak. If it doesn't need to be load, I don't draw anything, and then I just continue on. So instead of using a texture load every object, it's one texture load at the start, draw every object that uses the texture in that scene, then go to the next texture load and continue. This should make a ridiculous increase in performance on console. It should be like night and day. Huge boon. So I'm really excited for that. See how much of an improvement it ends up being. Texture loading is a huge drawback on the N64. It's one of the big bottlenecks for the system. So to be able to reroute that, it's very exciting. Very exciting. That's why, for example, when people were saying when they split the course up into more objects, it lagged worse. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. You should be drawing less stuff. It's like, yeah, you are drawing less stuff, and you're running about 50 more texture commands now. So you're better off with a single object in that scenario. Kind of funny. It was a Catch-22 or whatever you want to call it. This Nintendo logo took a surprisingly long time to put together, and I have to make sure that I do the colors on it properly, or Snoop Blacks will have a fit. I know I'll make a whole video on it. He's done like 6 videos now about all the games and commercials and video advertisements and everything that use the wrong colors on the N64 logo. So I have to double check so I don't make any mistakes. Maybe I make the mistake on purpose and then I end up in a Snoop Blacks video, right? Free advertising. There we go. Gotta play the system. Three steps ahead. Alright, what do we... Whoa, snaps off. Thank you. Up. Back on now. There we go. Now we got our wall. Now we got a wall. All that work. Oh, need a sidewalk. Should use the womps, or yeah, the womps as the texture for the sidewalks all the way across. Talk about how they use them for the pavement and the cities and this and that. Womp was very upset over it all. Okay, so this is much better. This is more the city I was thinking of when I was designing it. Doesn't really make sense, so we're going to fix that. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to throw up a post, throw everything together in it, I will definitely pin that. I will happily pin that. If you know information about the, like where in the ROM the sound data is and everything, go ahead and send that to me as well. Just, yeah, post whatever you have, and I'll pin all of it, and I'll start looking into that. I would love custom songs. I would love that, to be able to add new songs. I don't have any idea how any of that works, where it is, how it's loaded, what it does, what it is, nothing. It's French translated to German, written in Japanese to me. So whatever you may or may not have, I would love to look at. I got nothing. Haven't looked at it, have had no interest in looking at it. I figure it's crazy complicated. But I guess we're to that point now. We're at crazy complicated, so yeah, whatever you have, I'll be happy to check out. Okay. Doing a little bit better. On that note, though, also, what the hell is this? This tiny little building. I just set an ID. I just set what one of the original songs. There's a value somewhere that determines what song plays on each course, or what song plays currently, or something. I don't even remember what it does. I just set a value. But the address for each song is locatable. That means that we could probably just import new data. So that would be cool. Then you could just, add that alongside like the preview textures and all the banner textures, things like that. Just add song. I'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. That's cool. Version 4 with the objects. Hey. Yeah, little by little. I stress all the time. Don't worry. It's a joke for myself. I get a kick out of it. It's no, I enjoy it. I do. I really enjoy the work. I enjoy putting in the time to do all this stuff. Which is when I think about how much effort and work and time it's going to be to do some of these things, it's just like, okay, yeah, we'll do songs. Yeah, okay, we'll do this. Okay, yeah, we'll look into making the echo work at a custom value or whatever other things. I don't remember the custom sound effects at certain locations and level. It's like, all right, yeah, we'll figure this one out. It's like that's gonna be a lot of work. I kind of know how it's gonna do it. That's gonna suck. We'll do it. It's exciting. It's fun, but it's also like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but as much as I might complain or grumble or whatever it might be, I definitely enjoy all of it. Because then it gets finished and it works. And it's like, all right, cool. I don't ever have to do that again. I just had to do it once, right? Just had to make it work. I don't know. I filled all that in. I'm just gonna delete it. Supposed to go back there. All right. What else? Sorry for the coughs. Got all that. I'll put buildings in over here, I guess. Yeah, I guess the best thing would be one straight across, right? And I'll go through it later and clean up, I guess. For now, I'll just actually make the buildings. Yeah, no, definitely don't want that. No, it's just a dry throw, not anything more major than that. Cold weather finally came in. Fall and it immediately jumps to winter. We don't get a real fall. We just get cold. Yeah, and like the back, like this whole back of the building, I'll be able to delete because it's gonna go straight up to the wall, basically. Probably just do this right here as grass. And again, that'll be blocked off, so you won't even be able to go over there. Weld all that together. So I won't build that out, but yeah, the rest of it's there. Whatever. We'll delete it later. You're to come out of here and then have to take a left this way back to the starting line, which is right here. Now the course has structure. Just over 2,000, so quite a couple, but I think that it's a lot of views where you're not going to get to see a lot of objects, specifically the road. So, and I'm not too worried about it. I'm really not, and especially because I'm planning this for the upgrades with the new rendering. So I'm really not too worried about it. I really think it's gonna go. It's gonna go well. So we'll see, I guess. I think that's gonna be a serious game changer. I really, really do. I might be over hoping, perhaps, but yeah, I expect that to have some serious impacts on how things render. Yep. Yep, that's all we can do. Wait and see. Six, 3, 2, 5. Okay. All right, take it easy, Shy Guy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And I'll be back on tomorrow if you're around, and if not, I'll see you whenever I do. And again, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so question then. I don't know what this fading thing is, but that's really it's really old. Can't do 20s. Yeah, I don't know if it's a graphic glitch or if that's 3DS Max doing its thing. I think that might be some stupid setting it has. It's like, hey, isn't this cool? Don't you want this to be life now? Like, no, I don't. Want everything to just slowly fade into what you want it to actually be? Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. This is me having just installed Max 5 minutes ago and still not having any of my settings right. I don't. It might not even be a feature. It might just be me having a setting or graphic thing wrong, like you're saying, a glitch. I don't know what it is. It's something. Alright, so this top area is supposed to be more like a park. So hopefully that's what it'll end up looking like. Okay. And mirror. So we're gonna have to connect somewhere over here somehow. We'll figure that out little by little. So for this section, be able to take these, cinch them shut. Get something sense. 5, 6, 7. That's what we want. All right, here's to hoping, huh? Step. One of these to be a lot closer. Might actually be perfect. It's not, but it might have been. Shame. Yeah, gotta love that, that blur thing making it impossible to line anything up. There we go. Nope. This whole thing is screwed up. Honestly, that looks good. Just gonna leave it like that. That looks better than anything else I was gonna tweak. Good. Let's try to get rid of some of these, welding those together. And stretching this out a bit. Snaps on. Let's make some faces. Very good, very good. Yeah. Especially considering how thick these roads are. I'm pretty sure they're 200. At least they might even be bigger than that. They might be huge. So, don't think I have much to worry on. Okay. Putting a little shelf, so to speak, up here of grass. Let me raise this up again. I just click. I don't want that. Go. Oof, I don't want that either, though. Way out there. Okay, snaps back off. And there. Just another layer. I'm trying to think how I want to handle it. I guess if I do this, I just have to put some buildings in the background. I can just render the tops of a few of those, perhaps. It's probably the best way to go about it. What's going on here? Oh, I probably don't have that as a button yet, do I? Of course not. Yeah, nothing important. Just maybe the tops of a couple things, but I don't want to make it too where I'm just obviously putting up a giant brick wall, right? Like that's pretty deliberate. So, oh, Control W. Thought I've been doing that. Would that be Control W? Stupid thing. All my years, I swear to God, I was just using that. I'll use my mouse. Okay, continuing then. No, I've been doing that the whole day. I know I have. Don't lie to me. Suddenly one of my shortcuts stops working. Yeah, you know what? That was a bad decision. Let's go ahead and there we go, much better. That's a mess. Storm Sliders, hello, what's going on? Welcome. Working on our city level here. Hope your day has been going good. Okay. Good enough.
Hey, you very good.
Hey, Zero Volt, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Hello and welcome. Working on a custom level here that's going to be put into Mario Kart. A bit hard to see because of how monotone everything is. Maybe I can, there we go. Some fun little meme videos and things like that you can play through. Okay, there we go. That's situated. Delete that. Did it not work? It should be coming up over top of where the emulator video is. Ah, the beach isn't working. Well then. Why is that? Yeah, that one works. Oh, I'll figure that out after. Yeah, it looks like only some of them might be working at the moment. Weird. Weld button, what is going on there? That's weird. Halfway through it just stops. So, there's my nice little fields of grass and all that. And small wall on the outside. What's this height? 383.55. Does that still look good? And that looks fine. That lets me get it on both sides and link into this tunnel entrance here at the right height. Oh, as long as I snap properly. Link in at this tunnel entrance here at the right height. Go back through and set all the material IDs. Okay. Good. Weld these together. Can't see it from the inside, and from the outside it looks good. Everybody's happy. Alrighty. Let's do the same thing on this side, drag this out. Hey Trev, what's going on? Hello? Yeah, there's not much left till fall. I went out the other day and did some concrete work last week, and I had a broken chunk missing out of the pavement leading up to my front door. So I had to go lay out some concrete and fill that in before winter came, because once winter comes, that's it. I'm not going back out there to work on it again. So, working on a New York City, urban city themed track. Getting my parched throat and cough dry. Yeah, city themed. City themed. So from the top down, you'll start here. Go straight and over, left and up and over. Go over this way. Go over here, up and over and up. Either way, you need to get to this tunnel. That's the goal, to get from there to there. Quickly as you can, right? However you want to. Then come around here. Back down to do it all over again. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be something different. Something very interesting. We haven't really had too much that's realistic and themed like, you know, an actual city-like environment. So it's definitely something different from what we've had so far. Yeah, no, it was a ton. It was a blast. I was like, concert, what the hell? And then I realized what you meant. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Oh. But needed to get done. Otherwise, end up getting sued. Someone will break their ankle. Say it's my fault. It would have been my fault. Would have had a faulty step. There was a good, like, 3-inch chunk missing. Deep, 3 inches deep, like this big. Needed a whole thing of quick set cement or whatever it was. But it wasn't so bad. It was a nice day for it, for sure. Last Tuesday, I think it was. So I have the rough shape already. I don't want that about giant cap, so probably the fence, this. Alright. Just something so you can't go straight across, just to make it a little bit more difficult. And a bunch of trees up here, bunch of trees up here. City down below. Kind of the gist of it, right? Alright, Trev, thank you so much for being here and stopping by. I will be on stream again tomorrow. Go ahead and stop by then if you get the chance. And we'll talk more then. Nice getting to chat with you a bit. Take care and enjoy your day out there. Get some some of the last good weather. Ho hum. So what do I want to do? How do I want to move forward from here? I don't want to do textures yet. I need to move to blocking things off. Am I done with building? Yeah, I guess I can just do that. Little bit there messes everything up. So, taking all of this then. There we go. So, again, just building out invisible walls. Damn it. I don't want to have to build out those. Don't weld those together then. Flatten. Down. Flip. Not that. I want to flip these. So I don't want to weld those top together so that these stay straight up and down and so that it covers up that little gap so the player doesn't slip through by some stupid whatever. Who knows? I don't want to give them that opportunity. They'll take it. So there we go. That's my invisible wall. Is that a pretty old 6? Just gonna do the same thing with everything else here. And then we'll put up a non-invisible barrier, some kind of like guardrail looking thing behind it, but this will be what keeps the player actually out of leaving the playable environment. Right here. Flip a whole bunch of these. Pretty much all of them. Good. That'll keep people out. We rebuilt the sidewalk, so let's do that now. Well, I guess I should start doing some textures then. Can't really put it off much longer. So let's open up Photoshop and start. So I'm looking basically every building will have two different types of textures. There will be a concrete that does not have windows and a concrete that does, and both of them will tile. So I can kind of interchange them, use the windows when I need them, use the not windows when I don't, and have a few different colors and setups for concrete. And it's huge. And of course there's an extra. Always an extra pixel. Yeah. No. I think that's as close as we're gonna get. So that'll have to do. There's blue concrete window. There's blue concrete no window. Alright, so how do I want to do a window that's almost like that, but not like that? Guess longer? We'll do something like this. That. Where are these? Very nice, very nice. red concrete window. And you guessed it, red concrete, no window. So start applying these on, oh god. There we are. Wow, that's scary. It never does that again. I like it. I'm used to working, or rather I have for a very long time worked with texture resolutions of like 512 to 2048 at most. So working in 64 and 32 is actually really nice because you don't have any detail to work with, so you get to not use any detail. And you have to be creative, but I've always had to be creative. So now I just have to be creative with lower expectations, basically. So it's an interesting thing. Don't run anything through your computer. Make sure that you split it right out of the N64. So that cable I had a minute ago, this end, the N64 plugs into here, and this end goes into my television, right here. And then this end on bottom goes to the stream setup. Anything from here on can have as much lag as it needs. It can have 5 minutes of lag because it's only going to the computer. From the N64 to the television is what's important, is you have that connection. Again, as long as it splits before it goes to the computer, you're good to go. You won't have any issues. So you just definitely need that split to happen before it goes to the PC in any way, or any kind of other whatever else hardware you have. You want to split that signal, have one side go to the television, regular, like you just would hook it up, and then the other side hook up to your streaming equipment. Absolutely. So this here, I'll put as a 4. Do it the same exact size, so that it all lines up nice and pretty. Well, it won't, but that's okay. Yeah, if you put it to the TV first, and then go out from the TV, you'll be okay. You should be okay, unless the TV does something stupid. Yeah, if it has a composite out where you're able to feed something into it and then it sends a signal back out, that shouldn't add any lag. Again, unless the TV is doing something stupid where it causes it to skip for a frame. But no, that should be okay as well. That's like a VCR. VCR, you could hook it up through as well and split it that way. That's actually how I used to do my very first recordings of Halo back in the day. I would plug into a VCR. The analog out on the video on the back of the thing would go into the RCA jack on my television. Not even RCA, no, what was it? Coaxial, the coaxial jack on my television. And then, yeah, the RCA jacks would come out and go into the capture card, that red one I showed you 15, 20 years ago. It's crazy. Not 20, 15. Alright, anyway, for these, this gets a little complicated because I'll want to, it's not that bad, it's just interesting. What I'll want to do is something like this. Oh, what was that? Okay, snaps. Right here should be good. I got a lot of optimizing to do at some point, but not yet. I'll go through and do all this first, figure out what I actually want, and then optimize it after. So the reason we're doing all this, and there is a reason, not just for fun, because we like it. We don't like it. This is work. There's a reason. So all these on the bottom here, we're going to set to different material. It's going to be material 4. That's the blue concrete without windows, and that gives us a nice little curtain or an apron along the bottom. Gotta ignore the sidewalk and grass for the moment. At least try to. Hey, Fernando Bros, welcome. Don't worry about being late. Thank you for just being here at any point in time. I always appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. It's very kind of you. You didn't miss much. We're just working on things. Progress little by little. .5 maybe. There we go. Oh, no, not that. Whatever. Close enough. Who cares? None of it looks right. Jesus, look at this for God's sake. Yeah, it really brings, like you're saying, breathes a lot of life into things. Thank you, appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, it's a fun level here too. It's very interesting. Very different from things we've done before. Jesus, I really butchered this whole thing. Entire wall, all of it. Also, yeah, there's a lot of these things that I thought I fixed that I just didn't. So, go back and do that. Righty. But yeah, just like that, right? Suddenly looks a lot more real. You know, you actually understand what you're looking at, can get the gist of it. Anyway, give me about 30 seconds, a minute or so. I'm going to, here, 1 second. Let me do this. I'm going to take a break for like 5 minutes, stretch my legs, get something to drink, all those good things. Yeah, I'll be back in just a few, guys. So give me a few minutes, enjoy yourselves, put some things on. Yeah, I'll be back in a couple. No. No. Alrighty, we are back. So, continuing then. Hello, hello everyone. Hello, hello. Back to this. UV this again. Umpteenth time. Where's my faces? Here we go. Hard finding that sweet spot. Not bad. Works for these faces at least. An idea. What if we take these, right, here, just bear with me here for a minute. We just, damn it. What if we took these, right? Kept preserve UVs on. The idea. Why in the hell is it 2 verts anyway? How about now? Cooperate with me? Give me that little bit. Come on. Why are all of these 2 verts? That one's 3? It's just bad math. Okay. Try again. Breaks it back up, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. What's the point of preserving the UVs if it doesn't even work? Go up to right there. No, but I gotta do it with this one too. That one. Let's flatten all of these. It's a lot more work than it should be. Oh, oh, what? 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 Where'd it go? Hate clicking random things by mistake. That's really scary. Really scary when you just click a button and all of a sudden everything disappears. Not cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oof. Speaking of which, let's save real quick. I don't remember the last time I saved. I like to save things. It's smart. Almost perfect. Try this one last time, I guess. Almost. At least tells me where I need to go to. So this should do it. I'm just being real picky, by the way. Right? Because I want it to all line up nice and pretty. I don't have to be this picky. Other people would be a lot less picky. Oh, so close. So damn close, right? Look at that. How close we were. Look how close we were. Ah. Changed the route a little bit earlier on in the stream, but not a lot. It's still similar to what it was. There's now some blockades that prevent some of, the paths, which make a bit more sense for the city and help the course a bit more navigating, assaulted my new microphone. Help a bit more with navigating the course as well. Yeah, I got a new mic and I absolutely love it. I tested out earlier with the background playing, like playing a movie or whatever, and playing other sounds, and it does not pick up anything except for when I talk into it. So I like it. It was a cheap mic too. It was only about 30 bucks. So well worth the investment. Yeah, so here's one path that's blocked off and barricaded. Here's another. This is blocked. That's blocked. This is open. This is a park that you could drive across. You can drive across the grass. Technically, that's a barricade, right? You know what? It is right next to the keyboard. It has to be. It has a range of about 8 inches. So unless it's going to be like right here, like sitting in front of my mouth, it does have to be pretty close to that keyboard. I also have a loud keyboard. I have one of those pretends to be mechanical keyboards. So it's making all sorts of tips and taps. Yeah, I think that's going to make for an interesting course. Those blocks where they are. So you start here, right? You can go left and up. You can go up and over. Zigzag. You can cut across. A whole lot of ways. In the end, what you're looking for is to get to this. There's a whole lot of ways to get to there. Come in here, come in here, come in this way. Keyboard breaking the silence. That's not good. I need to step up my narrating a bit, perhaps. Anyway, though, yeah, we need to fix this. So enough stalling. This isn't gonna work, but we're gonna just try it anyway. Yep. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the, sometimes it works wonders and it's great, and other times it's, just does not want to do it for you. Like, these will always disappear, turn into, watch this, 1718 down to 1488. So I just lost 230 vertices by welding nothing together. Then if I go back to poly, it'll be back up to 1718. Yeah, changed the tunnels a lot because they were not supposed to be bigger than the buildings. They were originally taller than most of the buildings were. That was not intentional. That was just bad design. So we went ahead and went back, fixed those. lowered those considerably. We built out this whole section. I don't know if you saw this at any point. So have a nice little park exit on the outside of the city. Central Park kind of thing. And back right into left turn starting line. Do it all over again. Make sure it all fits this time, nice and pretty. So I don't have to come back and do it again. Yes! Oh, what? Alright, fine. That's good. Good, that's good. 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 Alright, now then. Oh, this is a different height. Son of a... Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Like, why is this broken? 999. Alright, so 1,000. There we go. Oh, what God's name did you do? Building is cursed. This is a haunted apartment complex. It's filled with booze, all filled with ghosts. An absolute nightmare trying to get this done and worry about what the rest of the buildings will be like. Okay, so after way too much worrying about my windows being aligned and in sync and all pretty and looking good, after way too much stressing, here we go. I'm not going to look at that. Neither are you. Don't you look at it, you turn away. This is beautiful, it's perfect. Look at it. Getting dizzy just looking at all those little windows all in a row. Yeah, right, just for that little section. Whenever it rotates over to that part, just close your eyes or avert your view. Look at the grass. There's other parts of the model to view at that moment. Convenient cropping right here. Yeah, it looks great from this angle. Or from this angle here, it looks fantastic. This is another good angle. Look at it from over here. Good spots. Alright. Continuing. Red concrete. Next material. Man. I was so upset when I went to sign in to my chatbot. It was like, welcome, let's set up everything. I was like, no, I just finished setting up OBS. That took me like 6 hours to set up all my goddamn things again, and then connect it to Streamlabs and connect it to the chat rewards and everything else. And then all I want is a bot that just posts into Discord that I'm streaming. That's all it does. And it has a couple commands. And it's like, hey, let's set up all of this again. And it was just like, no, I'm done. I'm just starting my stream. I don't have time for this. So tired of setting some, really though. At this point, that's probably the best thing, Riley, right? However, I've done it like 4 or 5 times this year. I'm so sick of setting stuff up because Windows crashed. I'm just so done with it. Anyway, what do I need to do here? Let me look at my faces again. That's not how I should have done it. Too late now. Why is that not there? It is now. I need to remember this time to save it, like right now. Now that everything is set up and working, go save OBS and back it up. It backs up to my app data folder, which is in, of course, the same thing as Windows and everything. So as soon as it crashes, it doesn't matter that I have OBS in a different directory. It's gone. That is one of the nice things, though, is everything that I have is in a different hard drive. I just keep Windows and a couple basic programs in my main drive. Yeah, and then everything else is on external hard drives. So when I do lose my C drive, I lose a ton of files that I download and stuff like that, but not losing big games or files. No, God, no. Just the thought of losing, like, I hate the thought of losing stuff that I've worked on. It's like I put effort into this. I wanted it for a reason, right? Even things that I didn't work on that I found. Like, I got this for a reason. Same thing. Okay, is that perfect? Nope, not quite, but almost. Take this. But why? Okay, that's why. I'm like, something isn't right here. Now, I just want to point out, do you see how quickly this non-cursed building got made? Still looks very good-ish. Alright, we got a little bit of fixing to do, perhaps. I thought I just got real lucky, to be honest, at first, so I was about to have a little spiel. That's almost there. '84 looks good. Good. Why does it look good on this side? It doesn't look good on this side. It looks terrible. It doesn't look good at all. The card speeds, yeah, you can edit them. That was actually what my first program did, was just change the speed of the carts themselves. You could still find it and download it and do that, and Game Shark cheats can do it as well. But the newer versions of the program, I didn't continue to update and support that, so that's not in there anymore. Yeah, Kaz did Mario 64 Maker that I thought was pretty cool. You can place objects in the game and then play the levels through. And you could share with other people by uploading your save states, which was a pretty neat concept for that as well. All right, that's fine. That's what we're gonna do. There's 2 buildings. Okay, here's another one coming up. Oh, I guess I just need to do this again. Just a hobby. Yeah, never made it into a career, never did anything with it. Exactly. Why would I worry about programming? And I got this great acting career going for me. Just be a waste of my otherwise valuable time. Indeed it does. Pretty much all the floors are windows at the moment. We're gonna fix those little by little. Need to come up with a new concrete texture for all of those. I shouldn't have made that number 1. It's a little late now. But alas. It'll be easy enough to... Actually, I could probably even do real quick. What I should do is copy this. And right now, before I get too far... shoot. No, it might be too late already. Oh, here's what I can do. Oh, and then I can change this. No. There we go. Good enough. And road, right? Gone. Whoops. How'd that happen? Yikes. You know, I wouldn't want to do that. So this, but like a lot darker. That's gonna be road C. Okay, put the grass in too while I'm here. Get some decent looking Oh, that's the idea. That's what we're looking at. Exciting. Very selective view there, of course, but still have this open? Okay, I do. Good, 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 good. So we're on to green. No window. No, this is just another piece of concrete, another building material. I don't want to use just two colors, the red and the blue, so I'll add a little bit of green, probably another just gray, and just to add some variations too to the types of materials used on all the buildings.
Always manage to. I mean, must just be the math. 3 must just be a bad number, or I'm just bad at counting it. Yeah, no matter how I would do it, I think I'd get screwed. Yeah, 64 just can't be. Oh, it should be. Be a way to do it. Or do. Just keep going down this rabbit hole. I want to space out the windows evenly, but I want there to be 3 of them. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get both of those. I don't get to have both of those wishes. I get to have one or the other, it seems. Yeah, so you don't get to have both of those. So be it. So there will be 1 extra pixel. It's going to drive me absolutely crazy. I will notice it. That's just what it's going to be. Alright. I was trying to think if I wanted to change the windows there. I'm not really ecstatic about them, but they're fun. So, another set of materials here. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. We'll figure that out another time. But for this right now, I need to hatch so that we can move it up ever so slightly. Drag these down to form that nice concrete part that doesn't have the windows. Click that. This should become 9. These become 10. The whole building gets a UV map. Alright, this will probably be the last building I do, and then I'll call it quits for the night, or the day. It's a night for me. I need to get some rest. I need to go to sleep. Those that don't know, I work overnights, so this is actually the very end of my day. Very late day at that. Nice. I will check that out when I wake back up. I'll probably look at it briefly and probably even look into it a little bit, but I'm not going to do anything with it, obviously, for a while. So I'm not in a huge rush. So I act like I'm not going to look over it, but I am. Probably going to have to move this a bit. See if I can fit it in. No, it doesn't look like it. Very good. Yeah, windows are annoying. They're great. I could probably make this easier too if I didn't use this type of UV mapping. I could do, for example, if I took just this face. I'm gonna actually, hold on. Let me do this first. If I took just this face, there's a different type of mapping where I can list how many times I want it to tile, right? And that would probably be better in a lot of ways. And you could still move this around, but whatever. I like my I've it ends up being the same thing. You still have to play with it. You still have to tweak it, and I'm pretty familiar with how I do it all with my sizes and stuff. So I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing. But yeah, I'll have to tweak this a bit and push that back, and that way it lines up right, because right now you can see this goes past the border there. This triangle. And it actually wraps around nice, because this one goes past the border too. Or this one goes under the border. But if you look at the unwrap for it, and you check out this edge, can't see. If you could, you would see that it's going to come like right towards or the edge, but anyway, I digress. Gonna wrap things up from here. One thing, a little mini announcement I want to make real quick. So something pretty cool that just starting up. There's a new
donation service kind of thing. Litronom was invited as well, myself, and a whole bunch of other N64 modders. I'm going to put up a YouTube video right after my stream ends, but it's a new service called Odeon. The big cool thing about it, again, a whole bunch of us were invited from N64 modding communities outside of Mario Kart as well. Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, people from a whole bunch of communities. And there's what's called a network. So you have a single network where there's a whole bunch of people that contribute, and you can donate to that network and receive the perks and benefits from everybody in there. So I'm still going to be doing my Twitch streams, of course, for free all the time. Still going to be doing my my YouTube videos, but I'm also going to be doing a few videos that are only be on Odeon as part of that network package. So again, I'll post a video to YouTube after my stream ends explaining that a bit more. But yeah, there's a new subscription donation service kind of thing called Odeon coming out, and a whole bunch of N64 modders will be contributing to something called City 64 network on there. So it's pretty exciting, some cool stuff to check out, and a good way for people to be able to contribute to a whole bunch of different N64 modders that are contributing there in a single group. But this is going to be it for today. I'm going to wrap things up here. So for, I don't know why all the videos are playing. Anyway, so that's going to be it for today. I will be back on again tomorrow, do another stream, pick the city up, continue building that out, and fix the UV maps a little bit more, get all these windows aligned properly so that they look right. Yeah, that's the idea. If you make it look good, then they won't look at the flaws. So it'll just make everything else look so good that they don't even notice. No, just take your time, make the windows right, tweak them when you need to, push them, and get them into place. So yeah, it's going to be a process, obviously. A lot of tweaking on the shapes of things and things like that, but it'll be fun. I think it's a good looking level. I think that when I first finished my last stream, I was not feeling good, but definitely feeling a lot better about the way it looks now. So hopefully by the end of next stream, we'll be feeling even better still. We'll see how that goes. So until then, I will see you guys. As always, I would post my Discord or YouTube links as I normally would, but I can't right now because my bot is down. So check out my Discord channel. Go to YouTube and look for Overcart64. Again, I'm going to be putting that video up in just a minute or so, explaining Odeon a bit more in detail. And yeah, so check things out, keep up to date, and we'll be back here again tomorrow at some point, on Tuesday, and we'll pick this back up and continue from there. Until next time, as always, I appreciate you guys so much. Can't tell you how much I love the support and you guys watching and downloading and playing these things. Always great to know that my work is being, appreciated and played, and it's not just me doing this by myself. So thank you guys again, and as always, take care.